Hello, I'm faithful to my what I stated several times on this stream, which is when you got the motivation to work on your project, you should go ahead and do it. I got 30, maybe 40 minutes of time before I start my day job. I'm gonna work on translating Rosewood Abbey, this game, which I wrote in English. I'm not translating in French. There's an Italian edition if you're interested. I also wrote Magic of Inventoring, which was recently on Kickstarter, and you can still do late pledges for this excellent story game that mixes and match Marie Kondo and dungeon crawling into a game that can be played by anyone, whatever your level of experience with story games and role-playing games. $35, and you got dice, everything, the box, all the rules, the cards, the dry erase card. Go check it at that address below. Today again, I'm playing the album Outside the Wire by Mark Wilson X. This album is fully available for free on the Free Music Archive, and it's I can use it in this instant because it's under a Creative Commons license. But without further ado, let's jump to translation. I should also have launched Twitch on my phone so I can keep an eye on. I should find a better setup so I got the chat room more visible. There we go. All right. So we were still in the third and final mystery of the Rosewood Abbey core book. Irreparabile tempus fugit. Fugit irreparabile tempus. Which I believe meant forgot now. Meant that the time flows irremediably. So frequency in the pronouns used. Okay. Alright, so we are ready to go into the suspects. So in Rosewood Abbey is based on Brentwood Bay, so you investigate mysteries, but the solution to the mystery is not predetermined. You encounter a set of suspects, you find a set of clues, but there's no fixed interpretation to them. The players, based on the number of clues at the end, make up a theory using those clues, those suspects, those locations, and come up with a theory. That's the theorized move in Brentwood Bay. It's the confabulation move in Rosewood Abbey. They make up their little theory towards the end of the session or the investigation if it takes several sessions, and they make a dice roll which is influenced by the number of clues they found, and that determines, that's the roll, not the game master or something pre-written, that sets up whether they were right or not. So here's a toolbox of suspects, which are non-player characters, limited set of them, otherwise you get lost in the woods. I saw on actual play videos some people trying to run Rosewood Abbey without using a mystery, and you could make up your own mystery, but yeah, it's like trying to drive a car while getting rid of half the wheels. Really, I personally don't think it can work. If you play this game, you should have a mystery with this toolbox of characters and some premises ready. Anyway, let's go translate those. Brother Jost Fleurinus, the hard hairs bell ringer, which I guess I gave that character sort of a Dutch or rather Flemish side. Presentation of mystery I already introduced here, so I'm gonna reuse the text so to make sure that it's consistent. Yeah, for some reason the right click work. I'm gonna also Gwydion, interestingly, is featured in this mystery, but it was a player of the session featured in the replay at the beginning of the book that came up with this character as as the brother, or like the sibling of the monk. And now I decided I like the character so much that I integrated the character in a mystery proper, so that everybody can play with Gwydion. Frazzled Crony, subject to episodes of enrapture towards God's creation. Devoted Tolek sees timekeeping as a spiritual purpose, never spared himself or anything in the conduct of his function. Now, Psalms teach us that God this year will not come to an end. Ours do. I think I already used a Chevrolet for... Yeah, so I'd like to use something else for Uranus. Razzle. Let's go to Lingwe for a suggestion. Razzle. Éreinté. Okay. Éreinté. Let's go to Robert for some synonyms. Éreinté. Éreinté, exténué, abouti, anéanti, brisé. Okay, well, yeah, we'll keep éreinté. Éreinté. For some reason. Yeah, traditionally, when I was a kid, you would not capitalize with the accent, but it seems that's something that grew over time. I'm really not inspired this morning, Ronnie. Émacié? Éreinté, émacié. Ouais, émacié. Émacié. Épisode? Is too negative, like suffering subject. Sujet. There are des épisodes. I guess in this case, being close to original. Sujet à des épisodes d'extase envers la création. Toller, carillonneur. Est-ce qu'il y avait des... Was there carillonneurs? Were there carillonneurs Moyen-Âge? I don't know why. I don't like using Google those days with all the unsolicited thing. I'm gonna seem to have existed. It's not quite it, but I'm gonna take an artistic license here. What? Timekeeping in French. Décompte du temps. Yeah, a good example of chronométrage, comptabilisation, ponctualité. Actually, I'm not using any of those, but seeing those triggered something. Le décompte. I mean, there was comptage. Décompte. From devoir. More like a duty. Un devoir spirituel. Devoir is masculine. Everything's got a gender. French. Duty. This devoted toilet sees timekeeping as a spiritual purpose. He never spared himself or anything in the conductors. Il ne s'est jamais rien épargné dans la conduite de cette fonction. Charge. Il ne s'est jamais rien payé. Et il n'a jamais failli. Jusqu'à présent. Ok, let's reread that. Éreinté, frère Jost Fleurinus, le sonneur de cloche à l'oreille dure. Éreinté, émacié, sujet à des épisodes d'extase envers la création divine, Carillonneur voit le décompte du temps comme un devoir spirituel. Il ne s'est jamais épargné et n'a jamais failli dans la conduite de cette fonction. À présent. Ok. The Psalms teach us that God's years will not come to an end, but ours do. Psalm? Do we capitalize psalm in French? Psalm? No. Okay. Psalm. Enseigne après. Année Seigneur. Jamais. Psalm. Lord's years. Yeah, I was just wondering if it was a reference to part of the Bible. Autre. Le feront. Les psaumes nous apprennent que les années du Seigneur. Sounds a bit weird, but it's a weird character, yes. Brother Giacomo Alessandro the Wrathful Prior, Haggard, disenchanted but caring. While short-tempered for such a prominent monk, the prior is respected for dutifully acting as second in charge to the abbot. So the prior showed up in the previous history. Was the prior in... No, he was not. He was in grotesque... mocking grotesquerie because... Yeah, when... Anyway. When we played it... I should rewatch the actual play. Giacomo Alessandro. You say prior and... more emission for trust a bit prior. Head of a priory. Prieur. Le moine qui remplace prieur. It weird because it's funny because prieur. The prior in French is the prayer, the one who prays. And prior sounds in English sounds like they took the word prior and it somewhat changed when it got into English. Not to prayer but to prior, but it became a word which was more specific to the task. Anyway. Haggard. Ah, sorry. Agar. Yeah, I like to indulge. Farouche. Désenchant. Caring. Such a simple word and I cannot come with. Bienveillant. Yeah. Bien que short-tempered. Haggard, disenchanted but caring, while short-tempered for prominent among the prior is respected for dutifully acting, second in charge to the abbot. In obedience we shed our past and do our Lord's will, redemption. Confused that the prior showed up in mocking grotesquerie. I guess the players brought that character up. Short temper. Yeah. Normally I don't use like colérique. Irascible. Soupolais. Irascible. Soupolais, I don't know. Irascible. Habituellement. Il s'emporte aisément pour un moine avec son rite. Néanmoins, le cœur est second in command. Second. Adjoint, ok. Ah. 4. Abbey. In obedience, we shed our past and do our Lord's will in redemption. So I like here how, you know, if you write your own mystery, my advice is try to make it so that, well, these are called suspects, and something should make them come across as suspicious in the context of the specific mystery you're bringing up. So here I give some character traits and a role within the hierarchy of the Abbey. But with just the quote, without bringing actual information, I'm trying to sow doubt or give a lead in terms of yeah, why there might be someone who meddled with anything. Here, what I have in mind, but I don't spell it out completely, is that they might be related to the militia. I mean, I infer that that brother had a past. It might be a bit too subtle, I give you that, but yeah, at least I put the opportunity there for the players and the cantor when describing the character, that yeah, this character might have a dark past, which is where his short temper comes from, and yeah, why they have this quote about redemption. Dans l'obéissance, shed. Nous abandonnons notre passé servir la volonté Seigneur dans la rédemption et la rédemption. Okay, what time is it? I got 5 minutes left. Chiseled. Taillé, chiseled. I mean, I could go for sculpté. Bit weird, but chiseled face. Chisel. Cheers. Ouais, ciselé. Ciselé. Ici, il est. Unique. Mais. Principled. I'll go with motivé principle. Fidèle à ses principes et bienveillant à nouveau. Bienveillant. Does Robert has a synonym for me for bienveillant? Débonnaire, complaisant, conciliant. Ouais, bienveillant aussi. Aimable, bon, gentil. Pas que bon synonyme tout bienveillant. Synonyme. Check it. Bordeaux, non, non. Ok. Tout conciliant, hop, non. Miséricordieux. Yeah, miséricordieux. Bien que sympathique. I'm gonna read it in English, and then I think I'm gonna stop actually. Chisel, disciplined, cynic, but principled and compassionate, was sympathetic towards residents of the Abbadia di Palisandro. Witty and is unequivocal about the seriousness of the situation. Elf lords, and even the Pope, will demand answers. Oh. Grab the errata. His Gulf lords and even the Pope will demand answers more urgently. More urgently, despite his best effort, his troop might take the matter into their own hands. A messenger just brought me news. By the grace of God, the siege was broken despite our absence. Alas, justice and my men still demand blood. Alright. Well, I will resume that probably tonight. Maybe tonight we would get this across the line. Then I got this text I want to rewrite because even in English, because I don't think it really applies anymore. Then we got a few little things. Then I need to change the pronouns in the feuille de geste from vous to tu, make it more in line with common tabletop role-playing publishing practices in French. And yeah. Okay. So thanks for checking this short one. Again, I really do think that if you get the motivation even for 10-15 minutes, it's worthwhile. Working for a short time is better than not working at all on your project. So, and you know, I had a couple of years almost where I was struggling to sit myself, especially to write the upcoming supplement to Rosewood Abbey, which is Codex Delictorum, that you can already check the part of the draft of on Itch.io, just Codex Delictorum, where you can also find the full Rosewood Abbey in PDF. So feel free to go check that. But yeah, I struggle to progress that, and it's really nice now that also the Kickstarter for Magic of Inventoring is behind me, that I can focus on writing. Why Grumpy Bear Stuff, the publisher of Rosewood Abbey in Italian, is dealing with the fulfillment of Magic of Inventoring. Speaking of Italy, Grumpy Bear Stuff, I will be next weekend, so that's, I forgot the date, but at Play Bologna, a gaming conventions in Italy. I will be there to run a couple of sessions of Rosewood Abbey, a session or two of Magic of Inventoring in English, as well as signing some Magic of Inventoring book in Italian. And yeah, I just found out today that Banana Shan, if my memory serves me well, the author of Yangchi Hustle, Blood in the Banquet Hall, will be in Play Bologna. That's gonna be the first time ever I meet Banana Chan, so I'm extremely happy about that. I look forward to meeting Banana Chan in person, having a coffee or something. And you know, you got people like that in the TTRPG community you interact with online for years, and it's great when you have the privilege of visiting them abroad or them coming over to visit us. So yeah, great. And yeah, go check Banana Chan's Gangchi Hustle, Blood in the Banquet Hall, and really Banana worked on a lot of other things since that one, but that's one I especially enjoyed. Take care. As always, leave a comment or a like. Let me know who you are. I'd love to find out more about who are the half a dozen people who watch those streams on video on demands here on Twitch or on YouTube. Take care and see you probably tonight.